Good evening and welcome everyone along to WOR for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's round 5 for this one, and I am joined by Varun. Varun, welcome along as our special guest in the commentary box this week.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Glad to be here.
Let's head over to the standings. Have you got the standings to hand by chance, Varun? Because I'd love you to go through the list and see who's where and how.
Yeah, just give me a minute, mate.
Sorry, I just threw you right under the bus there, Varun. I didn't mean to, but yeah, let's. So the standings are up on my screen now, so hopefully, Varun, you can take us through it.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just opening them myself, to be honest. Give me 1 second, mate.
No problem. So we do have one. I mean, last week we didn't have Ryderdale or Matteo, the championship leaders, in the lobby, but this time we have them both. So they were caught a little bit in the standings at the top of the way. Francesco Largo catching them a little bit. So was Silo. So did Justin in a very entertaining Las Vegas Grand Prix. But hopefully you've got the standings ready for you now, Varun.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Anyway, I'll run them down. So Ryderdale's on 58 points with Matteo on 55, with Francesco Largo on 45, with Silo on 39, 33 to Justin, Azim on 27, 26 to Oscar, Epic Vale on 25, Volokongan, the reigning champion, only on 22, and SCI Venom on 20, which rounds out the top 10 of all this. And we're heading to Monaco tonight for a run. And Monaco, well, everyone knows it's very much a Niall Goulet track.
Yeah, I mean, he raced in CSS and won by 12 seconds with 2 safety cars. So that was quite impressive. So, yeah.
I'm looking at the drivers that we've got in front of us. Obviously, it's 2-stop strategy again tonight, like real life F1. Is anyone able going to stop him tonight, or is there going to have to be something special that stops him?
I mean, it's up to him, to be honest. We just gotta see,
We definitely do have to see how it will all pan down, and it's one of the most historic tracks on the circuit. You look through everything for it. You've got Saint-Avant, Massenet, Casino, Mirabel, the Portier, the Tunnel, Grand Hairpin Hotel, Nouvelle Chicane, the swimming pool section, La Rascasse. Anthony knows it's up there with one of the most historic tracks on the circuit, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, is it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you'd probably expect a lot of crashes and a lot of incidents, to be honest, over here, with like the narrow barriers and everything. So yeah.
So we are just going to go trackside now, as we see Yassir coming through Mirabeau now. Anyway, coming through the Grand Hotel Hairpin, and through all. I mean, it's midnight. It's a little bit different from what they would probably practice on during the day, but heading through the tunnel and into the Nouvelle Chicane, that sun isn't as blinding into the eyes, is it? So it might be a little bit nicer to some of the drivers.
I mean, it's the same thing with CSS and everything with midnight as well. So it is quite more appealing to the eyes. So.
Now, if you took Nail away from the track, so we'd only have 19 drivers, who would you say would be best for pole position tonight?
Honestly, Dirk, to be honest. I think Dirk has a strong chance.
Yeah, Dirk is a great shout. Seeing him race through the season and through last season, much better consistency, I believe. coming through this game, I think, is the best way to describe it. But let's focus on Yasuya Saki then, coming through on their first time lap. We've got 15 minutes left of this one. Michael Martin in the chat is asking, is Cameron Dowds racing? Unfortunately, Cameron Dowds is not racing in the console scene anymore. As much as I'd love to see him here, he was such a good driver, but just not in this one, unfortunately.
Tony's approaching the final
Oh, Tony. So the two kick Saubers coming through Anthony Nosen. Let's see what Tony can do first. Across the line.
1:8.5.
It's a good banker lap, I think, for all this. But let's see what their teammate for the night can do. It's a 1:09 to start things off, which probably isn't ideal on their sorts of things. You know what? Let's go on with your pick for a driver that could possibly challenge Nail tonight, as Justin goes P2 provisionally, with Zioadi going third and Sieb going fifth. Is the Shizou driver of Dirk coming up through there, but we've lost Quantum.
Yeah, Quantum retired.
Is that through Anthony Knows? It is indeed. Anthony Knows out there for Quantum, which is not ideal in qualifying, because you don't really want to be starting at the back of the race.
Yeah, especially in Monaco, to be honest. It's limited overtaking opportunities.
And the drive...
Dirk does a 8.4.
Yeah, Dirk throwing an 8.4 to start things off. And I was going to... Oh, Nail has... I don't want to say invalidated, but going slow through La Rascasse. And I wonder if this is to restart their lap. They must not be happy with what they did initially. And, well, that's going to be a 1:18.6 to start things up. A good 9-10 seconds slower than the pole sitters at the moment. Sergioli coming around the final few corners now. What can Sergioli do? Up into P2.
He does a 8.5. Yeah, he does a 8.5.
It's not a bad lap time for Sergioli in comparison to everyone else. Obviously, throwing it on the front row of the grid provisionally. What about Oscar and Volokongan? Volokongan just ahead of their Shizou and Mercedes teammate, coming through into La Rascasse now. Two drivers you think should be able to produce something. Both very, very solid drivers, and across the line for Volokongan. And what sort of lap time? It's a 1:09 for the time being for Volokongan.
Right. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but the ETA driver retired.
Oh, Ryder Dahl is out. Yeah. Is that a Nouvelle Chicane? It is. As Nail Gola going quickest of all, driver that it wouldn't shock people to be up there.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, a solid driver at Monaco. I think we spoke before the stream started.
Oscar. Oh, whoa! Oscar and another Mercedes. Yeah, Volokongan. Almost hit each other.
On an in-lap as well, of all things. Yeah. That's very odd. Lawrence just set a lap time and throwing themselves into P10. But the Mercedes duo getting very close together on track. A little bit of racing action in qualifying.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't want that, would they? Yeah,
we don't. I think the first rule of racing is don't hit your teammate, isn't it? It's we don't want to see that happening through all this. Francesco Largo did 2 laps on their first out lap as well. Is there anything about that, do you think, at Monaco, a second lap?
They should realistically go 3 to 4 tenths faster, nothing on their laps. For example, Niall, I think he did a 7.8 or 7.9 case of Monaco. So, he should. I think he has a lot of time in his lap as well.
Yeah, I think we will see a few drivers throwing themselves up a little bit, and Well, Silo yet to set a lap time, currently towards the back end of the grid, but a driver that only setting a 109.5 for the time being. It's coming through the last few corners of Anthony Nodes, and to set, well, what hopefully for them will be a faster lap time into Saint-Avant and up the hill towards Rivage and Massenet. And through down into Mirabeau. I mean, and what? And in comparison, is that? Do you think that they're gonna improve on this lap?
I don't know. He's down by like 500 on the start ratio currently. I'm also watching Sile. The point of view.
There's a yellow flag for someone into the final sector. I'm not sure what's going on there, and in the first sector as well.
So I think one of the red. Oh, fuck. I can't even pronounce his name. Sorry. The HR driver, who's in B11, or in B for one of the McLarens that he's on McLaren's passes. Andrea. Yes.
Andrea, okay. Andrea's, oh, that's not ideal through that. And, well, Yasuya Saki in P11 coming on through into Nouveau Chicane. Let's see what they can do, because a lot of drivers are invalidated at the moment. And that's not, I don't want to say it's not something we see here at Monaco, because it is capable, especially through the Nouveau Chicane. But when you're as high level as the Tier 1 drivers, it's maybe not as common in qualifying to see the invalidations come in. Matteo has retired, and yes, here going into P3.
Okay, good luck for him.
Just going to try and see if I can.
But 20 is invalidated.
Volakongan has retired as well at the exit of Massenet and into Casino. A lot of disqualifications and retirements in qualifying. And Matteo and Ryder Dahl, our two championship leaders, are going to start towards the back of the grid.
Oscar's on his lap. Been watching. He does the 18.0 in the first sector, so 10.5 up on his time.
It seems like a lot of drivers, especially in the Grand Hotel Airpin there at turn 6, are making that back end slide out a little bit more. Do you think that gets a quicker speed out of the cars?
Lago's done 8.3, which puts him really good. Oh, Oscar hit the wall.
Oscar has, but Nail's just about to finish their lap time. Let's see what they can do in comparison to Francesco Largo's.
He's invalidated, Oscar.
Oh, God.
Niall's done 8.0. Wow. 3 tenths clear.
Just showcasing what they are all about is Nail right now. Sergioli is slightly up on their lap time in P3. So it's going to be enough to displace maybe Dirk and Yassir just ahead. It'll be interesting to see what the Aston Martin can do. Just a little bit of wall banging at the exit of the swimming pool section. Round the final few corners now for Sergioli. The Aston Martin driver down the start-finish straight. 6 minutes left to go. It's up into P2.
It's an 8.2. 8.2. Good lap. Dirk is also approaching the final few corners to see what he can do.
Your pick for someone that can challenge Niall tonight is quicker. They were quicker on their lap time, but not enough to displace Francesco Largo, who is in the pits now in P3. 108.397, while Francesco Largo's on a 108.348. Who else can we see? Is Lawrence on a lap time? Lawrence is invalidated, so I'm assuming they are out.
Andrea's on a lap, but he's half a second down. So
it's not ideal for the TRT driver. Let's see what into the pits.
And
They
it-
are indeed. Silo then. What can Silo do? Heading through into to back.
Wait, hold on. Misha's got to finish his lap as well. Misha does a 9.1.
So that's an improvement for Misha, which is good. Silo then, trying to get through these final few corners and across the line for the ET8 driver. It's only P10
That's a
for them.
8.7. Everything's off now.
IRT Fanaspin might be on a lap time, hitting the wall. I know they were, back from a few weeks ago in another league in competitive speed series. They were pretty high up here, but their final sector just isn't there.
IRT Fanaspin does a 8.7 and does an improve on his lap.
Right, we have gotten out Justin then, the Shazoo driver, just about to start a lap time, I think.
Lawrence is on a lap. He's with 10th up in the first sector.
And following Justin on track as well. I wonder if Justin gets out the way. They do indeed. Justin's out the way for Lawrence and into the tunnel through Portier, and Lawrence continues to fly on through. 4 minutes left of qualifying. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to take pole position today, and why it's going to be Niall. But no, in all seriousness, Niall's having a wonderful Monaco Grand Prix as per usual here, as we just wait to see what Lawrence can do. Currently P12 around the final few corners, and the start finish straight for Lawrence. Across the line,
Lawrence does 8.6, 4/10 up.
a lovely improvement there for Lawrence. Justin, just about to start their lap time then, I believe, for Justin. There's only 3 cars just about to start a lap time. Let's see what they can do to see how it will pan out for Justin.
Oh, Justin's ghosted on my screen. Yeah, he's backed out of SAP.
Not ideal for Justin then. Who else could we go on board with? Tony, I suppose, could be a driver to watch out for. Up slightly on their lap time into Mirabeau. How do you think, Varane, how do you think Tony's time is going to compare, considering they're currently just P6?
I mean, depends really on his middle sector. As we're approaching the middle sector. Oh, he's out of SAP there. But he's still 2/10 up, so... oh, he's invalidated. Tony's invalidated.
What a moment to invalidate as well. That's cost probably big time. I mean,
Yeah.
can they go
I don't
again?
think... Oh, Justin's hit the wall. He's got wing damage.
Guys, just going.
Justin's got wing... Yeah. Monaco's a very... Oh, Justin's broke his front wing.
It's going from bad to worst for Justin right now. There's no front wing on that Ferrari whatsoever. Oscar then, maybe. Oscar's invalidated. Misha, let's see what they can do. Misha's going slowly as well. There's someone's surely on a lap time through all this. Sergioli, up currently in P2. Can you do... Oh, they're on an outlap. Francesca Largo? What can you do in comparison to Nail? Actually, should we go on board with current pole sitter, because they are up nearly 1/10 of a second this lap?
Yeah. I mean, the Nail's on a good lap right now, to be fair. So.
Into the tunnel. Then for Nail, know how strong they are at this Monaco Grand Prix into the Nouvelle Chicane. And there is that Ferrari of Francesco Largo just pulling to the left-hand side. A little bit of a wall bang there, but still they're up on their lap time.
Oh, another goal bang for now. But that's possible sometimes. And Justin retires. And Nail across the line, he does a 8.0 again, and 600 up, and
it's a very solid lap time for Nail, but we were expecting a 107, weren't we, to be perfectly honest?
yeah.
With how quick they are. Fanaspin has retired, and that's into the swimming pool section. As we see Yassir going very quick, snapping a little bit, and is invalidated and into the wall.
That's it. That's it, hit the wall. Yeah. And I assume he's got to make sure he doesn't impede anyone, of course. But Tony's, of course, approaching him, but he's invalidated as well. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Yassir's parked it on final corner. Tony got heated.
That's not ideal. There was bits of carbon fibre everywhere. Oh my goodness me. That is an Aston Martin on its roof. A Sergioli managing to get a little bit further up.
My lord.
That is something you don't see every day. And no front wing on the front end of the other Aston Martin. Silo. Or is it Lawrence? Lawrence coming through. Lawrence, are they going to be able to jump up the order? A P5 for Lawrence. And that is qualifying over and done with.
Yeah. Well, that was quite interesting, to be honest. You have that Aston Martin of Sergio just upside down casually. But, I mean, as we all expected, now gets pulled by 2 tenths. But yeah, quite an interesting quality.
Usually I would say you can't park there when it comes to driving cars up the like that. But what an end to qualifying. Was it ever in doubt that Nail would get pole though?
Oh really? I mean, we all expected it.
Let's go down the order then. Nail, Sergioli on the front row of the grid. Francesco Largo and Dirk on the second row of the grid. In fifth is Lawrence with sixth going to Yassir. Tony in seventh. Eighth to Ziawadi. Justin in ninth. And rounding out the top 10 is Fana. And then you had Silo, Andrea, Oscar, Sieb, Misha, Matteo, Venom, Volokongan, Ryderdal and Quantum. Setting, laps that we wouldn't expect further down the order there for those guys. Especially the two championship leaders. And if we have a look at the standings quickly, we would expect, if you look at the standings going into this race, Nail isn't in the top 10, but he's on pole.
Yep.
And obviously Ryderdal and Matteo towards the back end of the grid. If I was to put you on the spot right now, who do you think is going to take victory tonight?
I mean, it's quite obvious, to be honest, Nail. I mean, Monaco is quite a tricky track to overtake on, and plus, it's quite fast on the track, so I think Nail.
I completely agree with the Nail point of view. Chat, let us know who you think is going to take victory tonight. But Varun, if there is some safety car drama here, when would it play into the hands of everyone else other than Nail?
Depends. I assume in the entire pack is going to be quite spread out because it's Monaco. So, yeah. We could see some action on lap 1. Of course.
Yeah, we
it's
do.
Monaco, so
Monaco usually has an awful lot of. I'm trying to think. I don't want to say questionable decision making, but drivers, they're punished more, aren't they? If they make that slightest mistake, they could lose a front wing, or even worse, just have, well, no car left to drive.
It's quite a brutal track, you know.
It
punishes you. I don't know.
It is brutal is the word, and you could be quick over one lap, but then it might not transpire into the race at all. I'm gonna quickly just go over to the calendar. Obviously, this is the last week before mid-season break. Hopefully, we've got enough time before the race kicks off. But you got Azerbaijan, Silverstone, Emilia-Romagna, Japan, and Abu Dhabi to finish the season. They're 5 really solid tracks to end the season, aren't they?
Yeah. It could be anyone, to be honest. Dublin's or races.
Have you got a favourite out of those 5? A personal favourite of a run to where you would be like, I would love to drive that if I, in my case, I would love to drive Silverstone if I was quick enough, or even Japan to be in console tier 1. But is there one of those for yourself?
I mean, yeah, Silverstone, to be honest, one of my favourite tracks, like across all F1 games. Quite entertaining track. There's a lot of overtakes. There's probably a lot of action. So yeah, I think Silverstone will be quite a good race.
Yeah, completely different to the race that we've got on action tonight. And don't forget, guys, there is a 2-stop strategy mandatory for the Monegasque Grand Prix here at Monte Carlo. I'm expecting drivers to maybe go for a softer set of tyres to start with. What do you think, Varun? Is it going to be a couple of softer sets to start with and then go on to the hards just to round out the Grand Prix?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a couple of softer sets would make sense, to be honest. We're starting.
We are starting indeed. We're on 5 red lights here in Monaco. Round 5 is just about away, and we are off and going. The race strategy screen is right in the way, as typical. There's a nice little battle for the lead. Sergioli does not want to hang around and has taken the lead of the Grand Prix away. He snatched it away from the Haas, and that is something we were not expecting at all. And that
what a start by Sergio. What a start, genuinely.
Dirk trying to find a way past Francesco Largo. That's not happening into Mirabeau at all. Desperately trying to find a way through again. There's a whole gaggle of cars behind. Justin and Fanaspin. Oh, goodness, there's someone's front wing gone. There's a little bit more, and there's a Red Bull into the Armco barrier.
Yeah, I think it's, the IRC. Oh, there's a virtual safety car.
VSC indeed. Justin looks like they've got front wing damage there, front right end plate. We will just have a look at Siab. What has Siab's got on their car? There's only a slight bit of damage, considering they were pretty much inserted into... Oh, it's M-wing damage on both sides. They were inserted into the Armco barrier. It's interesting to see that they've not that much damage to their car. But what a start to the Grand Prix from Sergio.
Lawrence and Yassir into the pits. A lot of people are going into the pits.
Well, this is this the plan? This is I don't want to say a free pit stop, but a cheat pit stop.
I mean, the mandatory 2 stops, so that's 1 stop already done for them. So, yeah.
A few drivers onto Justin onto the set of mediums, while everyone else is dropping onto a set of hards. DRS is back and able, the rear back under racing scenes, and Sergioli has taken the lead of this Grand Prix. And is this going to hamper the ever impressive Mel Gullet? But Dirk is all over the back of Francesco Largo as well.
there are things about a move the backs out, and
nothing at the moment for it all. And they've got a nice little gap to Tony Richet, and then Venom behind Vonnekongen trying to find a way past Venom as well. But we're going to stay on board with the leaders. Niall is obviously the quickest because of the way the qualifying has gone. Let's go with that. But Sergioli, obviously second quickest, but will hold up Niall because they were, well, 0.2 of a second quicker than Sergioli.
And Lawrence just sets the fastest lap with 73, and Justin now for 15-0. Many people setting fastest lap, but he over 14-7.
These times will continue to tumble while the virtual safety car has levelled everything out, but Sergioli leading the way at the moment. The top four still together, but with Niall being stuck behind Sergioli, is this allowing... well, is this stopping Niall from pulling away?
Yeah, I don't think Niall expected this, to be honest with you. Sergio had a brilliant start, to be honest. Now he's just got to lead the pack to see what happens later. And as he does the 11.6.
Leading the way at the moment, and maybe Niall is deciding right now is the time just to, well, hold back. And everyone, well, I don't want to say everyone, a lot of drivers deciding to start on a harder compound of tyre, which surprised me a little bit because safety cars at Monaco is a common occurrence.
Well, we haven't seen one right now, so we haven't seen any retirees before. So I think everyone's being cautious. So there's not a lot of overtaking that way before around the
So Lawrence, the driver, one of the, well, half of the grid are pretty much. Lawrence is the leader of that half of the grid that decided to jump early. Is 16 seconds behind Sergioli, who is leading this Grand Prix, but they've got that pit stop in hand, and we know how difficult it is to overtake here as Francesco Largo now sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. But Sergioli and Niall, saying that, have pulled away a little bit from Dirk, who is maybe struggling on those mediums.
Yeah, I mean, the hard compound tire looks better than the medium tire. He's 1.2 away from Lago. Let's see if he can get back in DRS.
Looking on the front wing of Niall as they head towards the Nouvelle chicane. Way too far back at the moment. Lawrence is now 16 seconds behind Sergioli. So even having that swap onto other tyres.
I hit the wall. I hit the wall.
Quantum's out.
Quantum the tyre.
Safety car. Are we going to see a drivers in? Surely we're going to see drivers in.
Yeah. Sergio into the pits, Niall into the pits, Lago into the pits, Dirk into the pits, Tony into the pits. Everyone. There's a glitch. Lago's on track. What the hell? What the? Niall's got a drive to penalty. Niall's got a drive to penalty.
Tony Richet has got a drive-through penalty. What is going on?
What on earth?
I'm going to go.
We need a restart. But I think we need a restart. Hold on.
What has gone on here in Monaco? Venom leads the Grand Prix. Let's start there. Venom leads the Grand Prix. Venom doesn't lead the Grand Prix. What is going on?
What on earth has just happened? I think we might need a restart, to be honest.
we.
I mean, yeah, it's quite questionable to be honest.
Very questionable. Sergioli is on a set of mediums. Niall is on a set of hards. Francesco Largo is on a set of mediums. And we are going to have a look at what is going to be said in the chat. However,
Yeah.
when you look at the penalty situation, oh god, yeah, Niall, Tony, and Justin all have drive-throughs, so it's not like something. It's not like it's a 10-second penalty, and you can get that taken back off. This is huge.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't get a restart, let's just screw all of them over, to be honest.
I don't want to be the guy that says this, but it's Nail if it doesn't get restarted, is Nail the driver that could still win this Grand Prix with a drive-through?
It'd be very unlikely, to be honest. Oh, 20's retired.
Under the safety car. That's a really odd place to retire as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is assuming that we have a restart, so I'm gonna have a look at what's happening. Oh, Siev is retired as well, I think. Oh, yeah, I think we're restarting. Everyone's retiring.
Yeah, it looks like we are. Justin, Sia, Tony, all retiring from this one. Early doors.
Oh, Meg is yes, Meg is on second.
Yeah, I think it's odd. It's very difficult when it comes to this, when it comes to glitches in a commentary box, and you don't know what's happening. But for three drivers to retire like that, and
Quite strange, to be honest.
it is quite strange. But Nail,
I mean, on my screen, when everyone entered the pits, they just came back out on the main straight. So, oh, safety car's in the lap.
safety car is in this lap, and you know what we we said that Nail would win this one. There is no call for a safety car for a restart in this one. So Sergioli is going to be the de facto safety car as they come through Marascas into Anthony Notes. When do they decide to put the power down here on lap 7, heading towards lap 8? They do it exactly the same as I would think Nail decides to do it in all this as well, but Nail has to do a drive-through penalty all this. Do they fight? Do they do all this?
I don't know. Nail's really been screwed over by this game. It's quite unfortunate for him. But
I'm not 100% sure how we're going to go through this. Tony is saying it's their own fault because it was red on pit lane entry. Well, that's going to be interesting. Anyway, Nail Gullet, what can they do in comparison to Sergioli? Can they keep up? Do they pit now for their drive-through, or do they pit later and use their pace advantage over everyone else to gain that through? But they are already nearly a second behind Sergioli.
he's flying Sergio at a purple middle sector. And we wanted to start finish straight now. And sets a new fastest lap for 11.3.
I do feel, I look at it and I go, does Nail regret the decision going onto a set of hards now? They've decided not to pit this lap either. They're 1.2 seconds behind Sergioli. Obviously, this is coming to... Yeah, the mediums will obviously fall away and the hards will be the quicker tyre. But I don't know, I feel that Niall, if knowing that this was going to be a drive-through penalty, they probably would have preferred to be on the mediums right now.
I mean, I agree. He has been screwed over. I mean, it's easy goes into this service draft and he's goes into the final few corners. Does he stay out? Yeah, Niles starts to drive through.
Is this going to be the greatest comeback of all time? But let's go on board with Ryder Dahl, who is battling away with Volakongan, the reigning champion, as they look to go up the inside into turn one, into Santa Vodka. Nothing doing on this occasion. Ryder Dahl is looking very racing, considering they were at the back of the grid at the start of all this. They're all of a sudden up into 7th place. But their championship rival, Matteo, is still down in 14th.
Ryder Dahl thinks for a move on Volakongan, but backs out of it. Oh, and he goes for a move on in the hairpin and makes contact. Volakongan's car goes in on my field. Volakongan stays ahead of Ryder Dahl.
Doesn't look like there is a restart happening tonight, folks in the chat. So, well, let us have your opinion on that one. But Niall is now behind Ziawadi, 17 seconds behind the race leader Sergioli. That's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. And actually, let's go on board with that, because as you can see, Niall is right up to the back end of this already, but there's traffic through all this. And being as quick as you are, as quick as Niall is at Monaco, because there is a change of positions just ahead between Venom and Oscar, you do wonder whether Niall can get themselves back into a podium position.
I mean, it's quite unlikely to be honest, but he is approaching the back of P15, which is a EGF Sequoid. He's been in these train of cars from P15 to P8, which is Misha.
It's a big little battle going on. It's a big train, isn't it? As and now looks to the inside of the Williams ahead. As for the first time in a while, we're not looking at the battle at the front. We're looking at the battle right at the back of the grid. Sergioli, though, has a 2-point... Oh, I really did think Nail was going to go for a lunge into Larascas there, but they didn't in the end. But Sergioli, a huge margin to Francesco Largo behind. Surely this is position gain for Niall. It is indeed into Santa Vod, and just showing their class at this track.
Niall's already up to P15. Oh, Matteo thinks for a move on Andrea, but backs out of it.
It's a little bit of a... well, I don't want to say argy-bargy because there's no been actual incidents. But Matteo's desperate to get past the other Haas because they know they've got a very high-speed Haas behind. Let's have a look. Niall is now 19 seconds behind Sergioli, and this is absolutely what Niall does not want, because all of a sudden it's looking more and more likely they're going to be a pit stop behind Sergioli.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Meanwhile, Sergioli is pulled away from Francesco Lago by 2.8 seconds. He's flying. He has a very big chance to win this Grand Prix.
Wowee! Somehow that is fair racing between Matteo and Niall. Up the Rivage, Beau Rivage. What's driving between the two of them to go side by side through it all and not cause an incident? And now Matteo gets past Andrea. Here comes Niall as well, surely to the inside. Andrea's not fighting it at all. They can go chasing after Matteo. That's great driving between the two of them.
Yeah, very racing. Now is up to 314. On his charge, back up to the front, to be honest. That unfortunate drive through penalty, so he's Andrea gets the 3-second time penalty as well.
Our first proper time penalty of the evening as well, which is not ideal for Andrea, as Niall chasing down Matteo, and by the time Niall gets to Matteo is going to be in Oscar's slipstream, which will allow a little bit of a defence for the Alpine driver just ahead. As we look at the intervals between it all, Misha is proving to be a very, very handy roadblock for Sergioli, Francesco Largo and Dirk.
He's holding up quite a lot of people here. Like IRT Fan Spin, Silo, Venex, Oscar, Matteo, here. What is the DRS?
Which is what we kind of expect at Monaco, isn't it? You know, it's got a little bit of the DRS-ness and the tight track, and there's just no way past for some of these drivers as we continue on this battle for, battle for P8. But at the moment, none of them get through. Now proving, well, just how strong they are at Monaco, pulling out to get outside of the dirty air of the driver ahead, and it kind of works. Just don't want to wear those tyres down. But I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the top three. Is this advantage Dirk for the race victory?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, he's the only guy on the hard compact tyres. And hold on, let me look at top. I need to stop.
Because Dirk needs to... Well, Dirk just has one more stop in them, but they've got on a set of hards. Mediums will go, 15 laps comfortably? So they could pit 20-something, and into the pits there is someone. There's Silo into the pit. Let's have a look. Is there a front ring change to this Red Bull? No, there's not.
Ordering pit stops that. Come back out of the track in P16. Oh, and meanwhile, Andrea and Oscar, Matteo, and Venom all quite close to each other. They were like 3 wide.
Yeah, so they all got past Venom, Oscar, Matteo. Well, I say they all did. Oscar and Matteo got past Venom, and Nail has to settle behind, which just allows Fana and Misha a little bit of breathing room. And if we have a look at the time gap between the leaders, Nail is now 25 seconds behind Sergioli, and who would have thought that?
He's just, what a compact to be fair, man. I mean, they call him Mr. Monaco for a reason.
Yeah, indeed they do. Still fighting away into the pits as Misha opening the floodgates for everyone else as they head on down the start-finish straight to start lap 17 of 39. Sorry, Varun, I thought you were going to say something there. Anything happen on your screen?
No, don't worry about it. Continue.
Okay. Volokongan and Yassir fighting away.
Yassir's ghosted. Volokongan was ghosted inside of Yassir.
That's not ideal when you're racing around Monaco. It's not ideal when you're racing around anywhere. But yeah, not ideal. Ghosting through. But Yassir into 5th and Volokongan 6th and 7th to Rydal. But the drivers Dirk has got past Francesco Largo, as we're all talking about that. But Lawrence is up into 4th place.
Yeah, good drive from Lawrence, to be fair. It,
No front left end plate to Volokongan as well, so damage proving to be a little bit of a problem for the reigning world champion in WOR, as no damage to the car behind. Fana has been sent free from Misha. Quantum has left the session. What have you seen?
I mean, nothing really. Everyone's quite split apart, but I mean, Oscar's quite a roadblock here for Niall and Matteo.
When you're looking at the championship standings and Ryderdal's 7th and Matteo's 10th, it just... Well, I say that. They're both in the Alpine. They're both teammates. They're both reserve drivers, so it doesn't... They're probably not as competitive as I thought they would be, but they're making the championship interesting by not being at the front of the grid. But yes, we'll still look at it as it's still 26 seconds between Sergio and Matteo. They're being held up, like you quite rightly mentioned, by Oscar and Fana's spin. Oscar's slowly catching up with that McLaren just ahead. Ryderdal on a set of mediums. They must be wearing. Sergioli's wearing on those mediums as well. And Andrea is out of the race. Are we going to see a safety car for that? Surely.
I don't think so. There isn't anything. So yeah, Andrea out. So that's down to 15 cars now.
Down to 15 drivers, as you quite rightly mentioned. 5 drivers out. That's Quantum, Tony, Sieb, Justin, and Andrea. Sieb, Justin, and Tony retiring after picking up a drive-through penalty through all this. Nail also picked up that drive-through penalty under the safety car restart, but still fighting away. Still could be getting points here.
Ryderdal into the pits.
Fana in as well on a set of hards. So Fana deciding to jump. Oscar being set free from Fana. But they're not really going any quicker from Sergioli. I'm just going to have a quick look at Nail's point of view into the pits. I don't get that personally. Oh, that is controversial to say the least, and Varun, I would recommend having a look in the console tier 1 chat to have a look at that one.
All right, I'll have a look.
And I'd love your opinion on that one, but we're still racing underway here. Yassir and Volokongan battling away healthily for P5. Volokongan, with that front left end plate damage, is providing some action at the top there. Fair play to him.
Lawrence to the bits.
So is Yassir as well.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. I think this is going to be good fighting fun for Lawrence and Yassir through all this, to see them get some good points. Lap 21 of 39. We've lost 5 drivers, as we've quite rightly mentioned. Venom also decided to pit. Lawrence there on another set of hards. Niall on 15 lap old hards is going to go on to a set of mediums and going to be absolutely rapid. But is it going to be enough for them to get points? They're pushing Matteo. And they're quicker than Sergioli finally in all this, but Sergioli is on a set of mediums. This isn't ideal.
I mean, once again, Oscar's acting as a roadblock for Niall and Matteo again, to be honest. But Niall's up to P7 now. See what he can do in the next few laps. And as he passes the board.
There's damage to the front end, right end plate to that Mercedes of Oscar. No, pits this time around, and very frustrating for the two drivers behind. Francesco Largo just exiting the pit lane now in front of these two, which has allowed... Well, that's Francesco Largo's pits over and done with. They won't have to worry about Matteo or Niall behind. They just have to catch up. There's a crash from
Yassia's out.
They're going backwards.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's in the pit lane. Sorry, I thought they were going backwards down the...
I wonder what's that for, to be honest. I think that's down to 14 cars now.
Yeah, 14 cars instead. Indeed. Unfortunate for Yasir, and then deciding to retire into the pits. I'm not sure what happened there. Sergioli is finally pitted. Let's see this pit stop from the Aston Martin team.
Let's see where he comes out. I'm having a look at Volakongen and Lago. Is he ahead of Volakongen? No, he's not.
Last.
He does come out ahead of Lago, so the undercut didn't work for Lago.
And the undercut worked for the reigning champion, who has not had their front wing replaced. They are going to be an absolute frustration to Francesco Largo and Sergioli. And this is just handing Dirk a little bit more impetus. And I say that, and I've just gone on board with the current race leader, and there is a front left end plate missing on Dirk's car as well. Monaco has not been kind here for a lot of these drivers for a run.
Yeah, I mean, it is Monaco to be...
You know you're going to be losing those 4 places anyway, with possibly drivers. Volakongen's pitted again. What is happening to Volakongen?
Wonder what's happening.
Another set of hards.
A lot of interesting strategies going on here.
Very odd few strategy. Lawrence is behind Nail and Oscar. Nail and Oscar yet to pit for their second stops. I think Nail just being a huge roadblock, but Lawrence sends it up the inside through Mirabao and has the position on the Monaco Master. This is interesting stuff. Lawrence is great right now.
Philo also said that it goes for a move, but couldn't make it quite stick, to be honest, because Niall slightly ghosted there as well.
Niall being... Well, actually, Lawrence going up the inside of Oscar, which is great. Silo going up the inside of Niall, getting the position done and dusted as well. And just behind Ryder Dahl, sweeping past Niall. And the Monaco Master is down to 8th place and needing a pit stop to boot as well. Oscar's drifting into the pits. And I wonder if Niall wanted a pit then, but couldn't because Fanner was up his inside through Anthony Nodes, which isn't ideal. Ryder Dahl and Silo swapping places. Matteo all the way down to 12th place, won't be able to do anything to do that. Francesco Largo in 2nd place, and Sergioli leading this Grand Prix. And we all thought this would be a walk in the past for Niall Goulet, currently in P8, who he's yet to do their second pit stop. And it hasn't. Misha into the pits and retiring, and we're down to 13.
Yeah, it's been quite an eventful Grand Prix. Oh, Dirk's retired as well. This is safety car.
Well, hello. Final
Oh my lord.
bits of drama here. Do we see any pits from these guys? No, but I don't want to say a free pit stop for this man in 7th place, but an easy easier pit stop. Just going on to fresh tyres, they can go on to mediums to the end of the Grand Prix. Are we going to see
Niall, yeah, that benefits Niall quite a lot, to be honest with you. Let's see where he comes out. Is there anyone else going to the pits? Oh, no.
We're watching it from Niall's point of view. Obviously, I think Ziawadi's going to get through. Where is Niall in all this? Is Venom going to fly through? They are, and so is Matteo. But Niall is Niall is on a fresher the faster compound of tyres. But those tyres are, well, they'll only be quicker for, I'm saying that, maybe 5 to 6 laps. I'd like to say, would you agree? What's your thoughts on that, Varun?
Yeah, I mean, tyre wear's been buffed quite a lot of this game, to be honest, so it's all about management. And I mean, in my opinion, it's benefited quite a lot towards wheel. Oh, Salah gets a penalty. Salah gets a track on the penalty. I mean, it's quite harder to preserve tyres on harder than wheel, in my opinion. So, yeah.
So what we will do is go back to normal racing, actually, because it was only a virtual safety car that came out, not a full safety car. Which hasn't helped Nail out a little bit, but if you look at the gap to the leader, it's still 27 seconds behind Sergioli, which is not ideal if you are the Haas driver who's stuck behind Matteo and Venom, who are both on a little bit used tyres through all this. Silo, with that penalty in P5, they'll be happy with that right now, won't they?
Yeah. I can move on silence, kind of no idea for him, to be honest.
So Sergio leading this Grand Prix. The driver, the racer that was on the front row of the grid, but only in second place, has managed to hold their nerve and lead the Grand Prix from Francesco Largo in second place. As we've seen a fair lot, for a Monaco Grand Prix, this has been quite action-packed.
I mean, yeah, there's been quite a lot of incidents, quite a lot of drama. For example, I mean, like Niall, Justin, and Cody getting drafted penalties on the safety car. There's been quite a lot of incidents that happened today, and I mean, it's been a bit entertaining, to be honest, but I'm not sure what the drivers would think about it.
Well, I know if you're Nail, you won't be happy, but still on the course for some points, and if they manage to get into the points after everything they've had to fight through, it'll be a very interesting one to say the least. And oh my goodness me, that is very, very close between Matteo and Venom. Oh goodness, Matteo holding on for dear life for that final point scoring position into back. I didn't think that was going to happen. I don't want to say I didn't think that was going to happen. I didn't think well, both of those drivers were going to get through that unscathed.
Oh, and here comes Matteo again on Venom, and oh, he's just switched back him. What a move!
And Niall trying around the outside through Massenet and Casino, and not going to happen. And they're going to see Matteo drive off into the distance, I'm sure. Well, maybe not.
Niall's up the inside of Venom. They're going side by side, and Niall's ahead. Good move.
You don't often see that through the Mirabeau complex into the Grand Hotel and then out of Mirabeau Bass and into Portier. Fair play to Niall for sticking this out, heartbreak through it all, but now deciding that, you know, maybe shackles off a little bit for the Haas driver as they come through La Rascasse for the 30th time. So just over 9 laps for these guys remaining. Francesco Largo 3 seconds behind Sergioli, who's leading this Grand Prix, with Lawrence in 3rd place. 13 seconds behind, which is absolutely insane amount of time. So Sergioli and Francesco Largo have driven an incredible race right now.
Yeah. I mean, especially with that start with Sergioli, I mean, I don't think Niall really expected that, but ever since the start, he's been dominating this, to be honest with you. But he's had a brilliant drive.
That is one way to put it for Sergioli, and fair play to them indeed. As we continue watching this battle for it's P8 now, as Matteo and Niall fighting away. Fanna's been trying to find a way past Silo as well. It's not, and Volokov in there as well. Venom picking up a 3-second time penalty. You can see the time lost by both Matteo and Niall behind Venom, because Venom's now already 3 seconds behind that battle. And it's not saying that some of these drivers are slow. Ooh, and look at this into Santa Vart. It's very, very close between Ziawadi and Matteo, and no way through for them at the moment.
Oh, Matteo around the out. Oh, they make contact, but Matteo, is he ahead? And yes, he is. Matteo's ahead. What's your one?
Goodbye, Matteo there. Niall trying to have a look up the inside into the Grand Hotel Hairpin, but it's not happening on this occasion, and now stuck behind the Williams driver of Ziawadi. Let's see what happens as they head through into the Nouvelle Chicane. And my goodness me, that is a move from Niall, sending it up there. Could have gone horribly wrong for the Haas driver, but you know what? I think they performed that beautifully.
Yeah, great move. And speaking of moves, sorry, IRT fan has been into the pits now for, I believe, his final stop.
Fanaspin, I'm not sure why they didn't pit the under the virtual that we just had, but that's promoted Niall into 8th place. Niall continues now to chase down Matteo for P7, and that, I think, is the best that Niall is going to get tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he's got quite unlucky today, to be honest with you, but still managed quite well. Big damage limitation from him, to be honest. But I don't think he'll be quite happy after today.
No, I think unhappy is an understatement on Niall's behalf tonight as they head on through into Tabac for the 33rd time tonight. After 39 laps, we will know who's taken victory as Niall continues to chase down. Let's have a few laps under our race leader right now, who's now 4 seconds in front of Francesco Largo as we look through the Mirabeau section of the track. And you know what, Sergioli.
Wallacombe going for a move on Silo.
Good point indeed. Both drivers have got full front wings heading into Mirabeau Hout as into the Grand Hotel Hairpin. Neither drivers are going to do anything right now.
I mean, they're all being quite cautious, to be honest. With about 7 laps to go of this Monaco Grand Prix.
With only 12 drivers remaining in this one, and you look at the field and how spread out it is. You got leader just going through Saint-Devant turn 1, And you've got Niall in P8 just going through Nouvelle Chicane and into the back. It is quite a spread field at the moment, but it basically behind Lawrence, it's closer together. Matteo's 3.5 seconds behind Volokongan, we're on board with the battle at the moment. Ryder Dahl is 2.1 seconds behind Lawrence, so we could see a battle for the final podium position. Can Lawrence hold out, do you think, for that final podium position?
I mean, it really depends, but I mean, I think he should be able to. It's quite tough to overtake around Monaco, and plus with the dirty air in this game. We will see. We will see what Ryder Dahl can do. He is catching, to be fair, but let's see what happens. Oh, and Sergioli just got a track limit penalty. So he needs to stay outside 3 seconds of Francesco Lauga now if he wants to split the victory.
Well, over to you, Francesco Largo. Can you do anything against the onslaught, which is Sergioli, which is just pulling away lap after lap after lap as Oscar is overtaken by Fanaspin for P11 there into the Nouvelle Chicane. Still nothing on Volokongan, and they're overtaking over Silo right now. Silo really doing a good job of holding up Nail, holding on to those medium compounded tyres really well as well for P8 through all this. As Nail gets back in touch with Matteo in P7. Fanaspin getting past Venom as well. Not holding any prisoners right now as Fanaspin getting past, and Ziawadi's next on their hit list.
I mean, Fanaspin, he's had an alright race to be fair. But he's charging to the field now. And here he comes on the quid, and it's a slam dunk move. And he's up to P9. Good move from him.
Good move indeed for the McLaren driver, and they've got 6 seconds to catch up with the driver that most people call the Monaco master. Volokongan then still can't find a way past Silo in P5, and we're looking at this, and people. I'm sure people are going to say in the chat that, yeah, we can't call Niall Monaco master anymore, but the way he's handled this race with that adversity of the drive-through penalty, it's been quite admirable, really.
Yeah. Speaking of Niall, he's in this train between Silo, Volokongan, and Matteo. Do you think he can do anything?
Tell you what, if anyone can, it's Niall, because of the way we've seen how quick they are, the overtaking opportunities that they've presented for themselves, where you wouldn't necessarily see it. But the problem is, Matteo is so good at defending. Matteo seems to be the roadblock that Niall just can't overcome.
Yeah. I mean, he's been stuck behind them for what, like about 15 laps? I've seen the back of the Alpine quite a lot of times. Yeah, must be getting quite frustrated, so yeah.
If there's a dartboard in Nail's room, I'm pretty certain they're going to put an Alpine sticker on it and just throw darts at it, at the way things are standing at the moment. They just can't find a way through this double-decker bus right now of Matteo. But I'm sure Volokongan is thinking the same of Silo as well.
And meanwhile, at the front, Sergioli, who's got a 3-second penalty, well, it doesn't seem to affect him at all, to be honest. He's gained like half a second on Francesco Lago.
Definitely not. Sergioli is... is there a switchback? I thought there might be a switchback opportunity for Niall on Matteo there, coming through the hairpin. But all of a sudden, these guys are... I know we're like 37 of 39. It's not much to go. But Fanaspin is catching this back group.
Yeah, I mean, let's see what he can do as well. he's about a second and a half away from Niall. So yeah, let's see what the McLaren can do. And but Silo right now, he's been quite a big roadblock for everyone else.
So much of a roadblock that I think is frustration for the drivers behind, knowing where to put their ERS, to deploy their ERS, to really push those tyres a little bit more, because Silo's on far older tyres than the rest of them, and they're doing a really good job of handling that pressure right now. As we look at the lead of that train, there's a yellow flag.
Oh, Fanspin spun.
That is not ideal. After producing such pace, Fanspin just couldn't find a way through, and yeah, that's problematic for the McLaren driver.
Yeah, I think that's just ruined his chance. But as we go on to the final lap now, actually, Sergioli's given a masterclass tonight, to be honest with you.
They haven't
dominated all the... Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say they have indeed, as there is front end plate damage to Volokongan, just to remind ourselves. But let's have a look at Sergioli, and Fanaspin sent it up the inside of Niall into the hairpin, and that's where they spun from that one. But here comes Sergioli into Nouvelle Chicane, and as you quite rightly mentioned, has driven an absolute perfect race, to be perfectly honest.
He's had a wonderful race, to be honest with you. No mistakes, no incidents, just drove and dominated.
And they've done a fantastic job, Sergioli, and down the start-finish straight to finish this Grand Prix as winners in Monaco. I don't want to say no one saw that coming, but Sergioli has taken victory over Francesco Largo, coming home in second place. And this is a position that I don't think Lawrence would have thought was coming their way in Monaco. They have held off Ryder Dahl at a great, length for a long period of this Grand Prix. There's a 10-second penalty for Venom, but Lawrence will finish on the podium with Ryder Dahl unable to catch. Silo has been an incredible roadblock through all this. Drivers behind. Fanaspin has caught back up to the back end of it all, but my goodness me, Silo will drop behind them all, but has kept drivers behind in such impeccable fashion tonight. Let's have a, hopefully, look at the order here as the Louis Vuitton sponsorship boards just get thrown in front of us, as we're kind of surprised that there is no victory for Niall, but Sergioli has been the driver that has done an incredible job as the driver of the day goes to Ryder Dahl, driver of the Dahl, maybe. Sergioli takes victory with Francesco Largo in second, third to Lawrence, Ryder Dahl in fourth, fifth to Volokongan, Matteo in sixth, seventh to Niall, Fanaspin in eighth, ninth to Silo, and Ziawadi rounding out the point scoring positions. Who would you call driver of the day from what you've seen tonight?
I mean, personally, Sergioli or Ryder Dahl. I mean, Ryder Dahl started from P19 and was all the way up to P4 as well. But I mean, I think Sergioli has driven extraordinary races as well. I mean, I think Sergioli is my driver of the day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that move at the start from Sergioli was absolutely perfect, and we questioned why Ryder Dahl pitted in that position, and that was actually their second. Oh, I questioned, I should say, but that was their second pit stop for that for the race. My goodness me, yeah, some big gains from that one, but some big losers out of that as well. And you would say that Niall is a big loser. That sounds horrendous to say, but Niall being a big loser out of all that because they couldn't showcase what they were all about tonight.
Yeah. I mean, he got quite unlucky with the draft throw as well, but I don't think he'll be quite happy. Uh, but he still had a great recovery, to be honest with you. Coming back to finish, I believe hold on.
P7, I think.
Yeah, P7. Sorry, bear with me.
No, that's cool. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. We'll wait to see if anyone will come and join us in the commentary box for podium interviews. But how would you, Varun? How would you run down that race? How would you? How
I
would you
mean,
say that race went down?
it was it was a quite an interesting race. It was a quite a jam-packed with action, and it was surprisingly coming since it's Monaco, and yeah, it was an interesting race to commentate as well. My first race commentating in for WR. So yeah, it was a nice race. Apart from the glitch that happened uh, on the safety car, but yeah, it was a nice race to commentate.
Yeah, considering it was Monaco as well, there was plenty of action for us to discuss and run down. But you got to feel for Niall because that, I'm watching it back and into the pits they go, and they're 1.4 under in the green, and they pick up that drive-through penalty, which is not ideal. It doesn't look like we're going to get anyone to join us tonight, which is a shame. Let's have a look at the calendar. We're obviously having a break week for next week, and then we've got Azerbaijan, the Great Britain Grand Prix, or Silverstone, as we know. The Emilia Romagna Grand Prix is round 8. Round 9 is Suzuka in Japan, and then rounding out the season where we would do in normal Formula 1 at Abu Dhabi over the September into October weekend. It's some insane tracks for us to be racing and commentating over the next 5 weeks after the break week for on. I know we've already said about Great Britain being a highlight, but what else out of those final 5 do you think we're going to have some interesting racing at?
I mean, Azerbaijan, which is a quite an interesting track. It's a street circuit. There tends to be a lot of incidents that happen in Baku as well. I mean, I think it will be a pretty interesting race, and along with Abu Dhabi as well. I mean, Abu Dhabi, with the new layout that was implemented in 2021, it provides a lot of overtaking on the F1 games, I've noticed. So, yeah, I think those 2 tracks I will be looking forward to. So, yeah.
That is the race after our break week as well. So 5 more rounds for WR for us to commence. We won't be, but WR will be back for PC on Sunday, but there will be plenty of other actions to be held. I hope you've enjoyed. Varun, thank you so much for filling in the commentary box as our special guest tonight. It's been a pleasure to have you alongside us. But for now, from everyone here in the commentary side, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.